Okay, we are going to be playing the game that I've wanted to play for so long. This is called the Stanley Parable, and their current version is the Ultra Deluxe one. I can't believe I can finally play it on my own. Oh my god. Okay. Of course we want to do English. Have you played the Stanley Parable before on someone else's account? Yes, I have.
Nah. Oh.
But there's always new endings when you get the bucket.
Did I press yes or no? I'm gonna press no. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. It's barely right, so... Please enter the current time. The current time is... this. Yo! Okay, so we want this down a bit. Okay, let's see if we can get some good endings.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I'm not a man.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Yes, sir.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
Dang, he did this
And although others
24/7, 365?
Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
Really?
And Stanley was happy.
Was he really happy? Being stuck there?
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Oh no!
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
Dang.
Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation.
I'd low-key,
Something was
I'd
very
actually be
clearly
sad
wrong.
if that happened.
Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time.
Move already!
But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Finally! He stepped- Oh my god, oh my god! Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me...
All of his co-workers were gone.
Wait, what?
What could it mean?
Can I
Stanley
get out?
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. So we gotta go here.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the
can I-
door on his left.
Yeah, let's just go follow the storyline first. Okay, so we can go back here and this is the...
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. I'm gonna read that. That looks personal. No.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, let's see.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
So what,
Shocked,
did they extinct except for
unraveled,
Stanley?
Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
What?
And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But
What?
of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Well, you told me. Now I know.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons...
That wasn't random. You just told
Stanley
me.
happened to input
You just
the
told
correct
me.
code
Yeah, shut
by
up.
sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Ooh. Ooh. Down.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him?
Because he was stupid.
This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind...
Wait. Escape? Escape? Escape. Mind control? Or escape? Nah. Wouldn't be that bad, right? Wouldn't be that bad.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Time to go. Next button.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each
Ooh,
bore the
look,
number
employee
of an employee in the building,
427.
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
Wait, what's that
And
screen over there?
One of them, eternally.
Wait, no,
monitored in
this one, it's this
place
one.
Where freedom meant nothing.
Employee fired, employee... What's that? There are so many different people here.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Oh boy. Are you blind?
No. He refused to.
No!
He couldn't accept it.
I can't
His
accept
own life
it.
In someone else's control?
Never!
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yes. Where are we? Oh.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Wait, what? Hello?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Was it?
Yes. He had won.
I have
He
won!
had defeated the machine.
I have won!
Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
You're so... Oh my god.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened,
Yeah, it's slow. Very
Stanley
slow.
reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For
Nope,
it was not
none of this
knowledge
mattered
or
to
even
me.
power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No
Damn.
longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever
Everyone
life he
feel it.
lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
That was... that hit hard. That really hit hard. I'm gonna be really honest.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Yay! And we're back. Oh my god!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, we get
No
that.
matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay, so we're gonna go through all of this, and then we're gonna go through the right door. Right after I get all these computers out, because I like it that way. I like it that way.
When Stanley came to a set of two
Or maybe
open
let's go
doors,
to the left
he
door.
entered the door on his left.
Go to the left door and see what else you can find through the left door. I'm pretty sure there's more there.
Yet there was not a single person here.
No,
either.
nah.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
This is the boss's office, huh? Don't correct me. Change my mind. Go change my mind. This is the boss's office. My office.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I'm not. I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna chill.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow.
Yeah,
just an
we get
empty
that.
broom closet. No reason to still be here. Baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything.
I'm walking around.
If
That's
there
doing
was
something.
to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
What do you mean, sweet FA? I actually don't know what that means, to be honest. Yeah.
Are
Sure,
you,
sir.
are you really still in the broom closet?
Yes.
Standing around doing nothing? Why?
Because yes.
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Well, the broom closet is very, very comfortable. It is a very small but private space.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
I don't care.
I never would have thought.
No,
to
no,
mention it.
no, Narita, I don't care. This is a very good spot. Broom closet.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The
Broom closet ending was my favorite."
I hope your friends find this concerning.
Oh yeah, they really do. They really, they really do. I have a friend named Tux, and he finds
Stanley
us.
was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a
Wait,
family
what?
connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money.
What?
So Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee
I'm not second
you
player.
can't do
Oh,
any
God.
worse than the person who came before. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Whatever, man. Oh. It's... To be rich isn't a crime. To commit crimes isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have it to pick just one. Both of them do make sense in a way. So I've heard of one of the endings where you just immediately step back once you enter this.
Stepping in.
Did it! Oh, I did it! I did it! Oh, I did it! Okay. I'm going. Can I still go to the broom closet? Ah. You can still go to the broom closet! Apparently, just go over here. You go to the other room. No, you can't go to the other room. But you can go back. Let's just see what going back takes us. Oh! This one wasn't open. Oh, okay. You are now leaving. Escape pod? I can't open this one. So, how many stairs are we taking? How many? This is the 4th one so far. It's not that bad, right? Won't be that bad. Uh-huh. Uh-huh, keep going. Oh, it's getting dark. Can't even see anymore. Oh, this is the one. Escape! Bye-bye. Till we meet again. Ooh. Okay. Oh. Huh? What? Am I getting an ending for that? I didn't get an achievement for that? Aw, dang. Next ending we're gonna try is apparently getting over this, and over here? And boom! We're out! We're technically free.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game
Good job!
and
Is what I would say.
of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
Well,
Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
not really.
Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place.
That's true.
Now think about it. Would it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly this whole gang takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you just played the other option and now you come to something this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the best one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones.
I'm lucky?
So if the other
Yay!
option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky.
I could.
Well,
yeah, that's
now,
really true.
I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Cheers. So are we gonna stop, or is it gonna teleport me back somehow? Fine. Restart it again. Well, I mean, it wanted me to restart, so why not? Okay. So, the next one
All of
is...
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth?
Yes.
No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times.
I bet.
I'd say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
I bet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly.
50?
50 clicks.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
2,000 years later.
40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 7, 8, 9, 50.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417? Bet.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Where am I supposed to find that?
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
And what? What doors are you making me click?
Now, back to door number 437.
What?
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine? All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
What? Why? I think this point.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
Sorry? Where's employee 419? Yeah. Okay, let me try climbing on it. Now how do you do this? How do you?
Yes!
There you go.
This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
Oh god.
We've almost got it!
Wow!
Now the copy machine, do that one again!
You want the copy machine so bad? Oh, okay. What?
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430!
So bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
The impossible.
When Stanley came to a set
Right
of 2
door.
open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room,
I
and
don't
Stanley knew
care.
it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes, I really did.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yeah, drinking it all in. Give me the soda. Give me.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously
my
vanished,
co-workers.
here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
I don't care about my coworkers. This game's about me. What you gotta
At
say
this
about it?
point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his
You call
overall
me
personality.
creepy. You call me
It's
creepy.
possible that this is why everyone left.
Wow. Okay, that actually hurt. We're getting out
But
of
at
here.
last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
What if I don't want to? What if I don't want to? I'm not taking that.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Wow. At least I'm still not fired.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
You?
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life.
Her?
She's been waiting.
What do you mean her? Oh.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Fine. What's up now? Huh?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All
Does
right,
Stanley
now,
have a wife?
I want you to come in and tell me all about your
What?
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Fine. Tell me what you got.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
I'm dead?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Please. What do you want? Why?
Look at him there, pushing buttons.
Wait, what?
Doing exactly
What?
what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
And?
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
X.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job.
What TV
First, he
order?
imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the
Isn't that the
face of
entire
earth.
point of the
The
first part of the
thought
game?
excited him terribly.
What? We have the boys.
So he went further. He
What?
imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere
This is
thought
not
that
hanging-
his
this is
decisions
not
would
hanging
mean
with the
something
boys.
was almost too
What?
wonderful to behold.
What?
As he wandered through this fantasy
No,
world,
this is-
he began to
what?
fill it with many possible paths and destinations.
No. No, no, no,
Down
no,
one
no, no,
path
no,
lay
no,
an
no, no,
enormous
no, no, no,
round
no, no,
room
no, 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 no. Well, kids? I have kids? Oh wait, that's wrong. Stanley has kids?
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free.
This is not freedom.
Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Please press T to tell your wife that you love her. Hi wife. Hi fake wife. I love you, I guess?
But there is no
What?
answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Go to sleep. Okay.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself.
Whoa!
But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Why? Okay, I won't do it. I won't do it. I'm not doing it. It told me not to press a button. I'm not doing it. It's so tempting. Oh, it's so tempting. I just want to press the G.
You see? Can he just not hear me?
We're
How
back at
can
the
I tell him
office?
in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
Wait,
And I
wait.
tried again.
What?
And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
What? That was dark. Okay. What? What's it supposed to be?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Should I go to the door on my right? Should I go to the door on my left? What happened to the door on my left? It's gotta be left, right?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Or to go downstairs.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all?
Nope.
None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
Wait a second.
For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
That's true.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
Why were you blinking?
Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
I'm dreaming!
This is all a dream.
This is all a dream.
What a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
What?
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Why is there a voice?
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility
all the doors are
for
open,
himself?
I just realized.
Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Then that means...
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job.
I have a
all
wife,
I
what?
want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Well, I'm still here.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I'm real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Bonk.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh my god, a woman! A woman!
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Oh my
But
gosh.
on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man
Is that
who had
me?
stumbled
Is
through
that
town
Stanley?
talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment,
crazy people look
she
like
thought
me,
to
guys.
herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind.
I know what is real and what isn't.
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life.
That's true
She had no time for this,
meetings.
so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
Stop staring,
And then
Mario.
she turned and ran.
Why are you running? Why'd you run? Finally we're back.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Sorry? What? Huh?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, we're
This
entering.
was not the correct way to the meeting room,
I
and
know
Stanley knew it perfectly
perfectly well.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I'm done with the left door.
Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room.
Yes.
Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I'll try going here.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
There's a little button here. Press it. What's this lead me to?
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
Where exactly?
From here, it's, left.
I can't go back? Okay. There's no going down. Are you sure it's this one?
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Bitch.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
Yeah, what are you
It's
thinking?
clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Okay.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Are you sure? That's a little trap. Huh? Wait, we've been here before. Wait.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler.
I've already
Quick, Stanley,
been-
close your eyes.
Oh.
Okay. We just have to get back to,
I'm closing my eyes.
Who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The
Oh,
whole
come
story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track.
Not rubbish, though.
Okay, from the top.
Wait, new door. What?
I'm standing... Wait, what?
What?
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No, I closed my
Did
eyes.
you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Why are you asking me?
It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Ooh, okay, let's start here. This one just leads to...
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
I don't think
Well,
so.
I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Well, hopefully you get this one right. Let's check the doors. And... What? What? Wait, what?
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything? Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes.
I don't think this is a story.
No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Are you sure this is real? Wow! New house.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building.
What?
Is that correct?
I can't go back. I can't go back.
Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
Yeah, finding some endings.
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some
come
people
on.
win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Give me a break.
Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Yeah, I hope it's right this time. Hey.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Yeah, sure. Why didn't we go here? The two rooms aren't bad.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Fine. Aren't you boring? 4B7.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Are you sure this is
Though,
Destiny?
here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
Well, logically,
Simply by the
kinda
act of
is.
moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
Alright.
Now, we can both
Take your time.
agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if
I don't
my
get what you're going,
experience
though.
of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa.
What
Hang
are
on.
you saying?
That got a bit weird back there.
Real.
Well, I'd like to apologize.
It's
Not
alright.
sure where I was going with all that.
That's alright.
You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh no. Oh I don't think you guys can hear me right now. Who is singing this? Oh my gosh. Wait.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
Okay.
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
You want me to like count the leaves or something? Eh.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
We're back here.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
We're gonna restart again? Wait. Okay. Sure.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
There? You sure that's safe? Alright, I'll go with you, I guess.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Well, I want my story to be the day where everyone recognizes it's my birthday, and I don't know. This isn't my birthday gift.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
The pronouns of the adventure line always have to have that symbol on it. Where are we?
A choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
What if I don't?
Okay. So I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes,
what do you
then
mean
by
clearly
all accounts,
yes? How did
the
you come
door
up
on
with
the
that
right is the
conclusion?
correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
How did you come to the conclusion that the right one is always the right one? What?
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget?
Well, I think you're
Well,
programmed
what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know.
Why you want to wait?
I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination, so I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually.
Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
in the meantime, if you...
What was that? Is everything back again?
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere.
Different?
Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going.
Kidding.
Here on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour.
Jeez.
But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation,
This is a
he
world
found
record
a
crash
keypad
out.
behind the boss's desk. What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future?
Put it
Alas, it
in.
was not. For although this Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
This is...
Feeling soothed
Oh my God.
and rejuvenated,
on, would you
Stanley
stop it?
calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Why'd you stop it so early? Man, aren't you boring? Okay. Been back down, yes.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
What if we go here? Okay, what if we go here? We're going here.
Although this passageway had the word Escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
What? Nah. I don't believe you. It says exit.
The door behind
It
him
says
was not
escape.
shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Nah.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Aren't you, Dart? What's this?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent
you mean I'm gonna
end
get
to his
squished?
brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Are you simply just gonna let me off like that? I.
Farewell, Stanley,
Oh.
cried the narrator,
Oh.
as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal
Who
jaws.
is this?
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Who are you?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Wow.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Okay. Couches. And
Then he pushed the number 4.
Evan Bryden and the voice of the narrator recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly
Now look
3
closely,
separate
Stanley.
times over the
See how it's
studio's
impossible
development.
for the player to do anything in this room. Perfect example of poor level design, textbook mistake. It's the kind of thing you pick up on intuitively. Fundamental
Oh, okay,
understanding
I'm
of
gonna
good and
get
bad
it.
game design.
Ah, that just made me think about my life choices. Ah, come on. What's this all about? Game design mock-up. Huh. I like how they made the entire game and, you know, Read this. From James Irvine, I don't know how to pronounce that. From Otto Tampi, are you a you're not Dwayne Johnson or anything. Warzone? I'm gonna assume these graphics are way better than the original one. What all they have? Is this it? In the previous version of the choice leading to a department ending. Okay, wait for it. Oh, it goes back, okay. That is weird. I can't comprehend about all of this in the show. Zending? Lovers? Zending? Huh? 4 major teaser trailers. Show me something. Ah, never mind. I have a nice stroke with that. Alright. Going back here then.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
What do you want me to do?
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for